Go Sixers. All right. So summer jobs in high school aren't always about the building up the resume. They're more about having fun, doing something with your time, making money, and then partying. I had an opportunity because of my grandmother here, Charlotte. She's going to be 94 on Thursday. They lovingly offered their place down in the Jersey Shore for me to stay in Longport over the summer. And so I had to find a job. I found that job delivering for Domino's Pizza in Atlantic City. Yeah. You know, Atlantic City, you know the boardwalk, but about 4 blocks away, it gets really rough, really fast. And I hadn't thought about it at the time. I thought I'd be working at night, partying in the day, be great. So this was not a safe place to work as an 18-year-old kid. One night I was out, drove up to this home. They had a carport and this little like rinky-dink dog shack. I guess it was a dog house. So I get out of the car, got my Domino's shirt and the hat on, happily walking, and out of the dark comes this just growl and a lunge and a pit bull. Basically catches about 2 feet away from my face on the chain. And I can smell the breath and the spit's flying, and I just drop the pizza, jump back in the car, and I hear the owner come out. He's laughing his ass off. He apologizes. He gives me $20. I'm like, score. You know, so it wasn't all bad, right? I did deliver to one of the biggest drug kingpins in Atlantic City. That was cool. There was a gun went off about 10 feet away from me, which was another good experience. I'm from the main line, so this was like not something I'd ever even thought was possible. And I even delivered to Bobby Brown one night too, because he was in the casino. Yeah, you're Bobby Brown, right? But probably one of the most amazing things that happened was, so the owners, the corporate comes one night and say, hey, listen, we need somebody for time and a half, which when you deliver pizza is like nothing because you get all your money from tips. For time and a half, we'd like you to dress up as the Domino's Pizzanoid for the night. And I was like, oh, cool. It's probably some rinky-dink little 5-a-dime costume. And like, yeah, I'll do it. This was June 28th, 1988, the night of the Mike Tyson-Michael Spinks fight in Atlantic City. So this was like everybody was going to be there, and they wanted me to be the Noid. So I'm like, I'll do it, no problem. It was 95 degrees, no problem. I get the costume. It is a full-fledged Philly Fanatic level, like serious thing. I mean, the head was massive with these. And if you guys don't know what the Noid was, most of you probably don't. It was the scariest looking mascot you could ever imagine. It looked like a big devil thing with buggly eyes, and you were supposed to avoid the Noid. That was like the whole point. I can't even go into it, but that's what it was, right? And so I put on this costume, and I sort of try to get used to these massive feet. I got these 3-fingered hands. I'm looking through the mouth, and all I see is this small little porthole. That's it. So I'm like, all right, we'll do this. So I get on the Domino's Pizza truck in the back, and they start driving down the street with my Domino's Pizza driver taking me to the strip. And he takes off like a Domino's Pizza driver. And I immediately notice that my head is not aerodynamic at all. And the wind picks up, and I am starting to fall off the back of the truck. So I grab on, dear life, my head is bending backwards. And it gets to a stoplight, and I leap over the cab. I stand in the front, and I'm like, slow the fuck down, man. And he slows down. And we drive up, and we're driving past the long lines of people waiting to get into the fight, and there's Heavy D, right? Heavy D. I'm a huge Heavy D fan, and I'm like trying to like wave and scream and like totally forget I'm in a costume, right? And he sees me, and he's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And so the driver takes off, and he takes me down to the end of the boardwalk now, and I'm supposed to be handing out like coupons, right? So I get out, and my driver's now my handler, and I walk out there, and I'm handing out, and I'm walking up to kids, and I look like a devil. They're screaming. I mean, no one's having fun with this. And so, you know, as I'm walking down and handing coupons from out of nowhere, I'm like, ow, ow. And I can't see anything. So I'm just and I just hear my handler laughing. And I'm like, what the heck? And a group of kids was just kicking me in the back of the legs. And the handler was just like, dude, like what? And so finally, like, they get the kids off, finish up at the boardwalk, and now I realize, I mean, it's 95 degrees. I've been wearing a full fur coat for like an hour, and I'm sweating. And I notice the smell. And I realize, oh my God, I'm like not the only person that's ever worn this thing. And I can't imagine that anyone else has ever cleaned this. And I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like in this prison of stench and sweat and someone else's sweat. Definitely not safe for work. Thank you.